to VollGazzRacing Season 14, Division 1, round number 4. The first sprint that I'm broadcasting and witnessing live, and it takes place here at Losail. We have 14 riders. I thought it was going to be 15, but I must have miscounted. But championship situation is very, very interesting indeed as I just go to check on what they are. So, it is VTR who is your championship leader. Surprise, surprise. What isn't he? He's won 3 out of 4 races. In second place it is Shay, who is 8 points back, who is the only rider so far to finish on the podium in every single feature race. And then in third place it is Jack Berman, who's finished on the podium in every race apart from the opening sprint of the season, which he I don't know if he just missed it or he left, but there's a DNF by his name, or an X by his name, so he did not score any points. And then Craig rounds at the top 4, and your sort of championship contenders in 4th, 21 points behind, as VTR has gone down at turn 4 and 5, I think trying to do some corner cutting there, because we know that VTR loves to try and gain some time during qualifying, especially at Qatar, where 5 minutes, and it takes about 150 roughly speaking to do a lap. It's a bit quicker, it's about 148, but you're in these conditions. The more time you can shave off on your out lap, the more chance you get of an extra lap, but realistically speaking you're only going to get 2 goes at it, because you can't, I don't think it's physically possible to do 108 seconds within 3 times within the space of 5 minutes. So but best just make sure your tyres are in good condition, you don't wear them out too much. But Aaron Jacko is going to be the first person to start this qualifying session, I do believe, on board the Trackhouse Aprilia. Now he had a good run of form in Donington, a bit of a wet weather specialist I guess you could say. He's learned from his mistake at Portimao where he chose the wrong front tyre. It's just going to be interesting with qualifying. If you do race runs, you're doing it in nighttime conditions, but qualifying takes place right in the middle of the day where it's really, really hot. So it's going to be interesting to see. I imagine the soft tyres will burn up really, really, really easily. But the outlap, Aaron's tyres are really cold, because it does take a long time to get some temperature up into the Michelin tyres this year. But before you could do probably about 4 corners in the soft tyres with got the perfect range, and then give it another 4 corners and they'd be burning up depending on the heat. So especially around this place, I'd imagine you probably get to the 3rd sector and already your right side or left side of the tyre is already beginning to show some red signs. Well, so far so good for Aaron. The tyres are starting to get to temperature now. It's been a nice cleanish opening lap to the session. Former Division 2 champion on board the factory Ducati all the way back in, I want to say, it was this time last year, so it would be season 11. As Amir Tahifa on board the Gresini Ducati has gone down through the long radius turn 11, headed to turn 12, 13 and 14, the triple right-handers, all 2nd to 4th gear depending on your gear ratios. In real life I think it's all 3rd gear. And now we're into turn 15, a penultimate corner on the circuit. We've seen many winning and losing overtakes made over the years since 2004. And into the last corner. I think Nick Jumping might have lagged a tiny bit there, so hopefully that's just a one-off. But here comes Aaron up to the line. Now the line in real life is now just about there, but thankfully in the game it's a bit further on to where it usually was, because that means it makes the race just a little bit more interesting when it comes to the run to the line. Nick Jumping goes pole, and we see all the riders go across the line. Shay goes to the top, and then VTR takes that spot. Where's Craig? He's coming now. Jack Berman, if I can find him on here, quick. He's about to go top potentially. No, he doesn't. He misses out 1/10 of a second. Finley, he's determined to watch the race back. He's not been able to because of him being really frustrated with the results he's been getting, or getting really unlucky in one way or another. So Schmoy's on board the one. Oh, and Nick jumping has not actually halfway had a big eye. That was almost like it was in the wet. It's like he touched the white line and it's high-sided, but it's just a bit of lag. There's something I'll keep my eye on. I just want to have a big snap on the rear as the weight just transferred very awkwardly there on the M1 Yamaha. But Karen is not going to do a lap. Lewis, Skydief, Schmoyes and Mia Tahiba are the last riders to set lap times. VTR fastest sector 2. Craig did find something in the opening sector, but he's lost in the second, so it's going to be important to see if he can find something in the third one. Improvements for Finley, improvements for Nick, improvements for Jack, improvements for Shea, improvements for Lewis, Schmoyes and Amir as well, and Skydief. As we're all filing through now towards the final corner. Aaron doesn't look to be improving, but his teammate does. Into the final corner for the German. My mouth is having an absolute malfunction. There we go, here comes the long run up to the line. Who's going to be improving? Finley's red in the final sector. Jack Bowman's lost his lap time. So Nick goes into 6th. Here comes VTR to move the goalposts. He improved it by just over a tenth and a half. Here comes Finley to the final corner. Can he jump onto the front row? Can he displace his brother in second place? He's going to get a bit of slipstream here from a KTM in front of him, and that is Lewis. Can that slipstream just help him get maybe into pole position? Oh, he doesn't, but he goes into the front row. Excellent stuff there by Finley. That's more like it. And now it's just Skydief. Now, Hadif is known for starting at the back and working his way into podium places. But it looks like he's going to get one lap at this. And it's going to be 3 riders who do not set lap time. So here comes Skydief up to the line. And he goes into 8th place. So VTR is your pole man for the sprint. Finley is 2nd. Jack Berman 3rd. That rounds out your front row. Shea, just under 3 tenths off, and he's not even on the front row around a track that is around about 5 kilometres in length. Craig's 5th. Rep 6th. Nick jumping 7th. Skydief in 8th. Lewis in 9th. Q Gamer 10th. And Aaron Jacko in 11th. And then you got Karen, Schmoyes and Amir all failing to set lap times. You do get 2 attempts around here, so if you make a mistake, it's very understandable why they couldn't do that. But what's going to be important here is the sprint. 14 riders. If VTR, for example, goes and wins the sprint like he did earlier on in the season, it will mean he'll have to start in P14 for the main race. And what we do know about VollGazz is if you're a rider who's got pace and you start at the back, that sometimes can be a good thing, because you just watch the mid-pack all fight into the first sector, and you can magically find yourself at about 4th place just if you find yourself in the right place at the right time to profit from all those mistakes happening all over the place in the first few corners. But anyway, that's a few minutes time. We need to focus on the sprint. VTR and Finley, the only riders in the 48. Now, VTR did show me his race pace from earlier. Constant 48. Now, the guys should go quicker in this session, because the track temperature a lot cooler, the track's going to have a lot more grip, tyres won't overheat as much. They might take a little bit more time to get into temperature because the tyres at the start of the race aren't perfectly up to temperature, but after the first few corners, if you pour enough work into them, they'll get to the right temps. So it's going to be important for VTR to get a good start, because that's sometimes a problem for him. But he's been pretty decent this season at starts. To be fair, every time he's gone to, I think he's led I think he's always minimum lost 1 place, which is better than as in previous seasons. Everybody's ready. That's quick for once. And yeah, let's get going for the second sprint of the season. Longish run down to the first corner, so it's going to be crucial who's going to be last of the late breakers. But if you do try to outbrake your rival, you do risk running wide at the mid-apex and having those who braked earlier turn underneath you and take the place back. Mixture of tactics. Easiest scenario, get into the first corner first, hold a tight line and lead out of it. Lights are on. Long way is always on the go. And VTL gets a good start. Good launch, and Reps is into second. Reps is into the lead. Reps, who has fantastic starts, takes the lead into turn 1, and Shea goes up the inside of VTR. VTR's been forced out onto the dirty stuff, just like Marquez was in 2015. And that is Reps who takes the lead of the race. VTR all the way down in 10th position. Oh, Amir Tahiba's gone down, making contact with another ride. I'm not sure who, But Reps, from the second row of the grid, takes the lead of this race with, that is Craig in second. Well, lots of riders running wide. And VTR, he was 10th a minute ago, but just a couple of corners ago. He's already made himself up into the podium spots. As Shea's gone down, that's big for the championship. Shea, who's second in the standings, 8 points behind VTR, has gone down. But Reps, he does like to lead. Hasn't led much on MotoGP 24. And he's got the factory Aprilia of Craig all over his rear tyre. And track limits there was completely disgusting, making use of the new paint now that's been added since F1 started to come here instead of the AstroTurf. And Craig forcing his way underneath the M1, and he takes the lead of the race. Now Craig, in the past few rounds, if he's ever led the race, he is very, very good at controlling the pace, controlling the riders around him until the last lap, and then last lap he seems to crumble. So that'll be on his mind. 6 laps, he doesn't have to worry so much about the pressure, but Craig just needs to start doing his own thing. He runs inside curb. Q Gamer's gone down, as you can see him going down at the background there. So into the final corner to end the first of 6 laps. And VTR, I have a feeling, is looking to get some slipstream, but he hasn't got the greatest of exits, I don't think. And he's not using the slipstream, avoiding the dirty air in braking. Hard on the brakes into the opening corner. Reps is going to now break himself into Craig. And VTR's followed him, and he's got even wider. And thankfully for VTR, he's not lost any places, but I think that was Karen running really, really wide. Oh, he's at EXT Lewis actually, who ran really wide at turn 1 and lost a few places. And Jack Berman is 7 tenths behind these front 3. And Craig is not breaking Reps here. Reps following the RSGP Aprilia. Now, Alicia was really fast here in real life. This bounce performance, you can't take any of that kind of stuff into account. And Skydeep has managed to find his way through on Nick jumping, it seems, for 5th place. As I said, Skydeep is more of a racer than a qualifier. He usually finds himself at the back of the grid and then will work his way up towards the front. As Aaron Jacko's gone down, fortunately for the former Division 2 champion, to come a cropper at turn 7, sorry. And there seems to be a collision between Finley and Aaron there. Wait to see if any warnings are given out, but Reps running wide there, taking a bit too much inside. But he's managed to recover. And he's inventing some new lines, but he's getting track limits warnings, so I don't have to give him one. But Vito will be frustrated that Reps is running wide and just able to use the extra layer of tarmac to his advantage to stay in front of the championship leader. You see the different lines, people taking tighter line. Oh, and Reps forces his way, uses the inside curve, forces his way underneath Craig and moves into the lead of the race. And now here comes VTR using the slipstream, but Craig gets another dose of slipstream and is able to just maintain the lead in front as they go into turn 1. It's 3 abreast. They've all found their way through just about. There's a bit of contact. VTR's got the inside line, but now that turns into the outside line for turn number 2. Reps is going up the inside of the Prima Prout Ducati. All of them are using different parts of paint. And Craig has found himself back into the lead, and Reps is again second, but VTR goes up the inside of Reps into turn 3 as we enter turn 4, and the championship leader moves into second place, the reigning champion, showing why he doesn't have number 1 plate, but why he might do somewhere else on his levers maybe. But all he comes to Reps, he's looking up the inside into turn 6, classic move at the hairpin, and VTR's ran a bit wide. He's left the door wide open, but he's going to try and use the grip on the outside a bit speedway style. He's used the outside curb as well, that's not going to help him, and Reps retakes the second position. And while this is happening, Jack Berman slowly but surely creeping up towards this trio. Nothing can separate these 3. VTR fastest on track, but he can't find a way through just yet. Jack Berman slowly but surely creeping towards these 3. Oh, and Karen's gone down at turn 10. So it all just calms down as we enter this 3rd sector. Reps is going to be careful. 1 track limits warning. And he's got himself a long lap penalty, which Finley and Lewis already have. Whoa, Vito using a lot of the inside curve. They're gaining a lot of time, nearly running into the back of Reps actually. And Reps has got a tremendous run on Craig into the final corner, but he's outbroke himself. Oh, there's contact between the two. Reps is forced to move off the track, and that allows VTR to retake second position. And here comes Jack Burman in the slipstream. Getting a double dose of slipstream actually. Now Reps is retaking the slipstream. VTR is closing in, he's closing in, he's closing in. He's looking up the inside. VTR has just hit the back of Craig. I've no idea how those pair haven't gone down. And Craig has managed to hold on to lead, and Reps is back into second position. This is a crazy race. Look at Craig using the inside curve perfectly there at turn 2. Using all the grip that it has in that new paint. Well, VTR gets onto the outside curve of the exit turn 3. Reps looking up the inside of Craig into turn 4. And he's just bullied his way past, and he's got himself a long lap penalty anyway, so for causing a collision, I'd imagine, and he's ran wide as well. Now Craig looking up the inside at turn 6, and he gives him more contact, so he gives him the receipt for the contact he received at turn 4. Reps is not giving up this, and Craig has run wide, taking a tighter entry at turn 7, and Reps moves back into the lead of the race. Craig did a great job not to lose position to VTR. Oh, but he's picked up a long lap penalty from track limits as well, so now that means VTR would lead the race. Oh, and Craig hits the back end of Reps, and now Reps is using the two contacts to work his way back into the lead of the race. And here comes Jack Burman around the outside of all three of these guys potentially, and he's got the best view in the house of what is going on in front of him. Look at this. Craig is retaking the lead from Reps through the triple rights. Nothing can separate these four. Oh, Craig's ran wide onto the outside curve. Here comes Reps up the inside, and here comes VTR as well. But VTR chooses to back off. He's going to get the run underneath the pair of them, maybe, or run out the two corners. VTR moves back into second place. Is now a drag down the home straight to start the penultimate lap of this race. Reps going towards the pit wall. Here we go into the start of the penultimate lap into 2-1. Craig is the latest of the brakes, but Reps goes up the inside. And I think he's retaking position. There, he's run wide. Yeah, he's retaking the position. I can't find him on here now. But Reps back into the lead of the race. Craig forces his way underneath VTR, and VTR and Jack have got glued together. Oh no, Reps has gone down. The two have made contact. That was sort of bound to happen at some point. The two were just playing dirty, and VTR goes right off the track. And now that Jack Burman moves into second place, so does the VTR using the outside line to turn into the inside and moves back into second. But it's going to be between the two Prima Pramac Racing Ducatis for the win, because Craig does have the long lap penalty. And now VTR's got a long lap penalty. That means Jack Burman is on course to win, unless Jack Burman picks up a track limits winning on these last 1.5 laps. There's endless drama going on in this race. Got no idea where to look. Oh, Craig's lost the front at turn 12. I do not believe this. So, two Prima Pramac Racing Ducatis lead the way as we start the final lap of this race. Jackie, you will know his teammate has got a long lap penalty. He'll know he just has to sit behind him, not lose 2.6 seconds, 2.5 now, over his teammate. Don't exceed track limits. Just say do a nice, clean, safe lap, no risks, and Jack Burman will take victory in the sprint for the first time this season. And now Finley out of nowhere has moved into third place. He was down and out in like 10th place at some point in this race. He's overtaken his fellow RSGP Aprilia in Nick Jumping and moves into third place. I have no idea what his track limit situation is with the long lap. I don't know if he's taken it yet. He's ignored it. That's the one annoying thing about this game. It doesn't tell you when people are taking their penalties or not. But it looks like the front row is going to be the front of this race, depending on people's penalties. We're back at the front. Jack Burman, he's doing everything he needs to do, not taking any stupid risk, just bringing the bike home. I would not be surprised if there is some contesting over penalties from VTR, because that's usually how it is. He usually has a reason why he should not go. Well, there's a lot of these guys are like that. Like Ashton's got a warning for this reason, but currently I don't think he'll be worried too much, because all these championship rivals are all over the place. And currently I think VTR could still finish on the podium here. He just needs to round out this lap very well, and he could just sneak onto the podium. Through the first of the 3 triple rights. A little bit of a moment there between 12 and 13, and now into 14. Just 2 corners to negotiate for the reigning champion. 4 times a champion now, I think. Into the final corner. VTR actually could be on to finish 2nd place here if he's gained enough time on Finley. Up to the line now, and VTR, he is going to cross the line in first for the opening sprint of the night, but Jack Berman is going to take the win. Finley is 3rd, Nick Jumping is 4th. Lots of riders all over the place. Look at this battle for 10th place. Reps at the end of it finishes 9th. Lewis has managed to pick up 2 long lap penalties. Lord knows how that's happened. And Schmoyes will round out the field in last place. So, Jack Berman takes victory with a Prima Pramac Racing Ducati 1-2 ahead of VTR. Finley takes 3rd, Nick Jumping's 4th, Shea 5th, Amir 6th, Lewis 7th, Reps 8th, Craig 9th, Aaron 10th, Skydy 11th, Karen 12th, Hugh Gamer 13th, and Schmoyes rounds out the field in 14th place. So that will mean that Schmoyes will start from pole position for this race. VTR, Jack Berman and Finley all at the back. Right, let's get the order correct. Right, I think that's it. Let's double check everything. And I think we're good to go. Okay, so here we go. It's the full race, 11 laps. Now, Karen and Finley both have long lap penalties for leaving the last race. So Finley from the back of the grid is going to have even more of a challenge on his hands, but we'll give him that and Karen on lap 2, just to give them the chance to focus on that one, get that out of the way, just like doing the real MotoGP racing. Just waiting on a few riders left. So you've got Karen, who always takes his time, and that's it. Oh, and reps. There we go, finally. Karen readies up and we can get going for round number 4. So VTR and Jack Berman on the back row of the grid. Their championship rival Shea starting in, well, I think he's starting in the, where is he starting? He heads the 4th row. So right in front. Schmoy's on pole, and watch out for Reps. He usually has a great start. They're off, and Q Gamer takes the lead. But look at Reps round the outside of everybody as they head towards turn 1 for the first. And Amir Dahifa sends it up the inside, but Reps round the outside of everybody, and he takes the lead of the race from 7th to 1st. Craig is in 2nd, and just, oh my lord, I do not like what I'm looking. Lots of contact everywhere. People have filed out. Go Hadiff, he's in 4th, and look at all this going backwards and forwards, people going all over the place. The stewards are having a nightmare. Lots of contact everywhere. VTR's been forced right off the track. It's all the way down in 12th place. Oh, and 2 Aprilias have gone down. Finley's gone down with Lewis. Shea in 7th. Where's Jack Bowman? Jack Bowman's in 8th. Reps already pulling out a gap. Oh, Jack using the Grassini as a berm to turn underneath him, and uses the Yamaha of Schmoy's. Oh, and there's contact more with Q Gamer, and that allows is that Jack Berman up the inside and moves into 6th place. Unbelievable! What tight stuff. It's just crazy racing, really. And oh my lord, what's going on there? Schmoy's looking up the inside of somebody there. I think it's Guy Heath running really, really wide. And that's to let the place back. Or not. Oh, and I was going to tell him to concede the position, but Schmoy's just said I'll take it for free. Oh, Jack really close to the factory Ducati. People really on the edge, pushing to the limit here, but Reps out in front by 9/10 of a second. And VTR all the way down in 10th. That's a really poor start for the champion. And here comes Schmoy's up the inside of the Trackhouse Aprilia of Aaron Jacko as he made it through. Aaron giving him plenty of room as they go into turn 2. He's got the inside line, and the Trackhouse Aprilia did hold it, but Schmoy slips underneath, and now Aaron's going to fight him back into turn 3. And MotoGP's going to try to take profit from that onto the orange paint, onto the blue paint. And Hadif takes Aaron. And Aaron's back down to 4th. But Aaron's fighting his way back up the inside into turn 5. And now here comes Jack Berman to join the fight. Who was that? Going straight on. Someone just got completely straight on. Oh no, Aaron, no! Oh, I think Aaron's been helped there by Jack Berman. Don't be surprised if the AI give him a long lap penalty for that. It seems like he just completely took his legs from underneath him. Aaron's been given a challenge warning for some reason. Sky and Q Gamer's gone. VTR is now at the back of this group from all this fighting. Jack Berman's been given a long lap penalty for taking out Aaron Jacko at turn 6. Meanwhile, at the front, Reps has cleared off by 1.1 seconds. VTR in P7. Just watching all these bikes fly down the road, squabble, and he's, unfortunately, I think he's just found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, and just track limits everywhere. Really, really not good. Warnings everywhere. Racing standards, unfortunately, not the greatest tonight, it seems. Very people very aggressive. Schmoyes nearly hits the back of Shea. He runs wide, and here comes VTR. Is going to say thank you very much, or is he? We're still side by side. Yamaha versus Ducati. You'd expect the Ducati to get the best, but I think Schmoyes got the actual slipstream. VTR is going to be late on the brake, surely, compared to Schmoyes. He goes up the inside. He gets it, stops, and he's into 6th, or is he? Schmoyes uses the inside curb. He's really, really close, but he just can't quite do it. And VTR holds off Schmoyes and is safely into 6th position. And Jack Berman, more track limit warnings for him. He's on 2 already. He's got to say, and I've just remembered I need to give Finley and Karen their long lap penalties. And there goes Jack taking his long lap. Really disastrous for his championship hopes. But he rejoins in 7th. One of the shorter long laps you have to do at the circuit. When Shea's wide, he's got Hadif in front of him. So Hadif holding on to 3rd place. He's got his teammate behind him, then he's got VTR, Schmoyes, and Jack Berman. Schmoyes looking up the inside of VTR through the long turn 11. But he wasn't able to get the good enough drive up the inside of the Ducati. Whoa, and Schmoyes with a big snap as a change of direction. Don't think we've got a warning there, but here comes Shea up the inside of Hadif. Has he got through? No, Hadif gets the cut back, forces Shea onto the curb, and here comes VTR. Here comes Schmoyes. It's a drag down the home straight in towards turn 1 for the 4th time. They've gone from the screen. VTR braking ever so late. He runs wide, tiny bit, the mid-apex. Oh, and Schmoyes has gone down in the process. And look at VTR looking up the inside on the curve at turn 2, but can't quite do it. Shea's surely going to try and fight back. He has to for championship purposes. But VTR slips underneath. And VTR's into 3rd. Or is he? He's not. Hadif fights back. He can Shea up the inside of the... Oh, that's... My word. That was quite ugly, I have to say. Surely the race direction could give Shea a telling off for that. My God. Really, really, really aggressive. There you go, get some warning. Now he's 1 warning away from a track limit, from a long lap penalty himself. So, at the front, it's still reps from Craig. VTR 1.5 seconds back. So, when they cross the line, there'll be 7 laps remaining. Let's see what VTR can do from this position. As Hadif invents a new racing line. Victor with track limits warning. And VTR already eking into the gap of Craig by 1/2 second in just half a lap. Things looking ominous here. Starting the 5th lap. VTR fastest lap of the race. And Craig getting track limits. He's got 3 track limits. VTR's got 3 track limits. Shea's got 4. Skyleaf's got 4. So Rep's the only rider at the moment with a decent haul of warnings of just 1. He's got out in front. He's avoided all sorts of chaos, and that's sort of how it usually goes. Oh, Jack looking round the outside of his compatriot, but he just can't quite pass him. maybe into turn 6. This is where Shea just sent his teammate outside the track. No worries this time though. So 2.2 seconds between VTR and Reps. It was 2.5 a lap ago. So you're looking at 0.2, 0.3 a lap. In 6 laps, that's 1.8, 1.5 to 1.8 seconds. That is not enough as Karen's gone down. So currently VTR not on course to take victory. However, he isn't one for giving up as Jack invents new track limits as well. Lots of riders inventing track limits today. Whoa, and Jack just forces his way underneath. Whoa! And Shea forces his way back under Jack Berman, so we're at the halfway stage now. 5 remaining, 5 gone, 6 remaining to when they reach sector 2. That is the definitive halfway stage. 1.6 seconds the gap now between Reps and VTR. That is a good enough time gap to close in. 9 tenths and 2 laps. That's enough. And VTR now is closing in on Craig. You can play the Jaws music, say it every week. You got VTR, oh, and Craig has a bit of a moment on the front end there as he changed direction with a bit of a wheelie. Oh, Nick Jumping's gone down at the hairpin. So VTR, can he find a way through on his championship, one of his championship rivals? Craig momentarily led this championship at the end of the first sprint of the season, and then VTR took the lead at the end of that day, and he's held it since. Oh, no way, Reps has gone down at turn 12, so now this is a fight for the win. Pressure's all off VTR now, he's got no one else to chase after this, so he can take his time. Studying the helmet change of and number change of VTR. Sure, this is going to be quite simple, or not. I was going to say, just get the slipstream, pull to the inside, out drag the Aprilia into turn 1. The side by side, Craig's got the inside line, VTR the outside. VTR cuts across Craig in the braking. That was very, very aggressive. Craig's been given a track limits warning. I take him off that because he's forced on there. Oh my god! And Craig's picked up along that penalty anyway. They both dealt it to each other, so I'm not going to give them a warning because they know what line they're playing on here. They know what's going to happen if they don't respect each other's boundaries here, and the more they fight, the more it just invites Shea and Jack and Sky to come along and join the fight. The two of them just banging bars. VTR up the inside and takes the lead of the race for the first time. Craig must fight back immediately into turn 10. He's looking. He's just bodged his way up the inside. No quarter together, but he's run the outside curve, that's causing him to spin. Vito's up the inside, he barged his way through as well. And he also picked up along that penalty, so they've been given a warning each. Here comes Craig up the inside into turn 12 and now 13. He can't quite find a way through, no way into 14. You're having a laugh if that's going to be the case. Maybe on the exit, no, VTR, he's got that 2/10 gap now, he's just got to perfect 15 and 16 and he could be away. Yeah, we go now. The gap's 3 tenths. Karen's left the session. It's another long lap for him next round. Oh, and Craig's completely blown the last corner, and I think that has set VTR free and away. The gap's staying stable-ish. Into the braking zone, turn 1. 4 laps remaining, and VTR is your race leader. And unless he makes an characteristic error, I can't see that changing, unfortunately, in terms of our show, because that was a really good few laps there. Just lots of dogfighting between everybody, and Craig using the outside curb, so he got long lap penalty anyway. And there he goes, he takes it, and that promotes Shane to second place. Jack Burman to third. Craig's only dropped to 4th. So we got the front 4 in the championship inside the top 4 in the correct order as well. Ideal if it was the other way round, but it is what it is. And Craig, is he going to send out Jack Burman? No, he's not. Or is he? He applies the power, trying to slip underneath, but that Ducati just was too far ahead. And look at the grip it's got on the side of the tyre. Lewis has gone down for another time. Oh, Jack Burman hit the wrong part of the inside curb there. He can scrape up the inside into 13. Barge up the inside, and he moves back into 3rd place. And I think Craig's just laying back through maybe, or Jack's just got the greatest exits. And he's picked up a long lap, but unbelievable. This race just keeps on giving. There's I did jokingly say this race just be like the Mandalika race in the sprint. I'll just act like that, and they've definitely taken it to heart, because they are just giving no quarter of an inch to anybody. If they see a gap, they are taking it, no questions asked. Here comes Craig up the inside into turn 1. Jack didn't want to lift the bike up. He refused to allow Craig through, but Craig just said, no, I'm finding my way through anyway, and he's back inside the top 3. The front end just protesting on the change of direction. And here comes Jack Burman up the inside into turn 4. See the rear sideways. He's mounting the inside curb. He forces the pair of them off the track, and so Craig will maintain position. Or will he? Jack barges his way up the inside into turn 5 and now into turn 6. Craig's got the inside line of 2, trying not to make contact. They're both having to sit the bikes up just because it's going to end in a crash. Very sensible work there by Craig. Oh, there's more contact. The rear. Aaron Jacker and Schmoyes have both gone down the track as the Monster Energy Yamaha rider. This is like he was involved in one of those crashes as well. And these two are just giving it everything, giving us a great show for these final 3 laps. But Jack's got to serve a long lap penalty at some point. VTR and Shea, they're away. They've escaped this battle. Craig back up the inside of Jack Burman into turn 13. They're so on the limit. But thankfully these guys, they've got the wherewithal. I'm going to say this and it's going to go horribly wrong. They've got the wherewithal to keep it on 2 wheels. So that with Craig, he just had to sit the bike up ever so slightly, because he knew that the front was just, either one of their fronts were going to wash out. But here comes Jack. He's in the slipstream. He's going to pull out to the left-hand side now. Hard on the brakes into turn 1. Doing a block pass. Just blocking each other's paths, trying to force their way through on the inside of each other. And get ready for the classic turn 4 pass, potentially by Jack into here. No, he can't quite do so. We'll go with the front cam. So where's the next move coming? It's not. Jack's taking his long lap penalty. And he comes out right in front of Hadith and Reps. So there we have it, Jack Burman into 4th place, and I think that's where he's going to stay. Unless Reps has anything to say about it. Lewis has got another long lap penalty. Everybody's had a long lap penalty in this race apart from 4 riders, sorry. There you go, now it's 3 riders. 4 riders, they still can't count. Nick Jumping, Reps, Shea and VTR, they're all on 4 warnings though, so they've got to be careful. Jack Berman's just taking absolute liberties with track limits, trying to push as hard as he possibly can to catch back up to Craig, and he's locked the rear into turn 15 and he's gone down. That is a big moment for his championship contention. Pushing way too hard, with tyres are probably expiring quite badly at this point. Just too much, too soon. And when you're pushing to the limit to try and catch back up to podium places, which you probably weren't going to anyway, that is the price you pay. And he's now down into 7th and could be attacked by Mieter Heifer into the final lap at turn 1. Hard on the brakes. Jack just cuts across the Gresini Ducati and holds on to 7th place. Meanwhile, Reps has not been able to shake off Sky Deef, although and that is just pure disgusting, as Reps has now picked up a long lap penalty. So now finally there's 3 riders who have not taken a long lap penalties. Hadif and Reps both just taking complete liberties. I don't quite understand what they're doing. Reps chooses to do his long lap penalty, and he will remain in 5th place. I think there might be a word about what's going on in these races, because they were definitely all on the limit there. But VTR, he's played it mostly safe. He's had to have his elbows out at times, especially with Craig, but he's held off every challenge, and he's just got 5 corners to go, and he will win his 4th race of the season. Still people getting warnings all over the place, as there is a fight between Finley, Amir and Jack here. Can Finley outdo his brother at the end here? I think it's going to be quite unlikely, but you never know. Just how this race has gone. Expect maybe some form of lunge into the final corner. But VTR, he goes into the final bend of the circuit. He rounds it. He comes down to the home straight, nearly 1 kilometre long, and VTR takes his 4th victory of the season. Great stuff there. And here comes Finley up the inside of Amir. The two go side by side. Craig's 3rd, Sky's 4th, Reps 6th, Nick Jumping 6th, Jack Berman 7th, Amir to Heifer will outdo Finley for 8th. Schmoyes rounds out the field in 10th, with Aaron Jacker 11th, and Lewis finishes in last. With Karen, who left as well, and somebody else left, but I can't remember who that is, unfortunately. It's gone from the top of my head. Might tell me. No. So it's VTR wins. Shea has got 2nd, because Jack Berman. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Shea got 2nd. Sorry, I was getting really confused there. I was getting ahead of myself. So VTR 1st, Shea 2nd, Craig takes 3rd, Sky D 4th, Reps 5th, Nick Jumping 6th, Jack Berman 7th, Schmoyes 8th, Finley 9th. You set the fastest lap somehow. Amir 10th, Aaron Jacker 11th, and Lewis rounding out the top 12 in the final finishes, with Karen missing out, as well as Hugh Gaber. So lots of bar banging going on. That was a very aggressive race, safe to say. So we will start off the interviews with Mr. Craig.
Hello.
So Craig, definitely a very, well, what can I say, aggressive race, but in both ones. Nobody wanted to give an inch to anybody. Just, if you were getting attacked, you had to fight back or close the door. Not really much inches were given between people. Nobody wanted to lift the bike. Just how was it trying to survive all that chaos and rounding out in 3rd place?
It was pretty hectic, but I actually enjoyed the close racing and quite aggressiveness from people. In the race just then, VTR tried closing the door proper early, so I thought I'd give it him back. Unfortunately, I got a long lap in this race. I think I got a long lap, right? I'm sure I took one. And then that brought me out behind Jack. Me and Jack had a little battle. I did make a bit too much of a contact one time with him, and I thought, it being Jack, I thought I'd just let him back through. as I didn't mean to give him too much of a nudge. But he proceeded to be a bit aggressive back, so I carried on, and from there I wanted to try and catch Shay, but I think the battling with Jack prevented me trying to get any closer. The sprint was hectic with reps. I thought we were going to have a rematch of it again in this, until unfortunately he crashed. He did have good pace as well, so hats off to him. But I enjoyed the racing. Like, fair enough, I crashed in the sprint. But I'm not disappointed about that, because obviously I was running up front, even though it was aggressive riding from everyone at the front. But I just enjoyed today. I think if racing's a bit more like this, I think others will enjoy it as well, as long as there's no people crashing from it. Which that's what happened to Reps when we were going into one of the corners together. But I apologise to him. He said it's fair racing. It's just a bit aggressive from each other. But I'm just happy with the P3 today. Unfortunate about the sprint. It's nice to be back on the podium. Wish I could have gave more to Vitar in the main race. But hey ho, we go again next week.
Yeah, but well done. Maybe some important championship points when it comes to the end of the season.
Yeah, hopefully.
So that has been Craig. Now, usually when it comes to this point, he never replies or answers. I'm hoping he's more aware this time. Let's see if we can hear from Shay for the first time in the season. But usually it ends in a bit of a disaster. And just ends in a lot of waiting.
Hello. So I've had to come away from my bedroom because obviously I've got my girlfriend on the phone. So.
Okay. So Shay, it's been it's, let's say, sprints have not been your strength this season. However, one thing you have got for yourself is consistency. Another podium in a Grand Prix. How does it feel to get another second place?
Yeah, it feels absolutely great. I mean, I'm definitely disappointed in the sprint because I felt like I had the pace, but I think it was turn 5 I fell off. But yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, another second place is great. Hopefully I can keep getting them podiums, bring the championship in, and yeah.
Yeah, so well done. You've maybe lost a few points, but it's not been a complete disaster. Let's say you've definitely still applying the pressure on VTR.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully I can keep applying that pressure, bring the points down, and try to get the championship. But all I can do is hope from now.
Yep. So I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Now we go on to our race victor. VTR second in the sprint due to just a bit bad luck with a long lap penalty. But in the main race, you had to fight your way through everybody pretty much. Elbows out, you were proper. Your elbows might as well have been the width of the whole circuit from what amount of times you were barging into people and people barging your back. But how was those two races for you?
I'm happy with the results, obviously. They're really good. But about the racecraft, I think today was actually, some people enjoyed it, but I think it's quite unacceptable. And I lost actually quite a lot of respect from Craig today. There's a limit, I think, and people are exceeding the boundaries now. From every single time I was behind someone, it's just forcing off track, hitting into people, and there's no racecraft in it at all, really. I mean, I told Craig, and I told everyone really what I was doing today. I'm going defensive into corners. Yeah, he's still cutting the corners to overtake me. I'm going defensive into a corner. He's clearly behind me, and I'm closing the door off. And because this track, you can cut the inside of some of the corners. He decides just to cut the corners and hit me out wide, and I set up to the corners, and I let it so we won't crash. I mean, if I turn into him, he goes down, I go down. So. Yeah, I mean, I told them what I was going to do, and they still decided to, turn into me off the track. So I think that's quite out of order. So, yeah, I'm not happy about that. So yeah, that's not great. But yeah, as in for the results, it was good. But yeah, I'm not happy with people turning into me. It's not, the racecraft needs to be a higher standard. It's not really good enough. But yeah, well on to Shay as well. Another good result for him today. He's put up a really good championship fight. But yeah, I just feel people need to be more careful. I mean, it's just. I know the racecraft needs to be a bit better. It's not good enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you go and watch these two races afterwards and just make a tally of how much contact was made between everybody,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure we could. I wouldn't be surprised if it was three figures.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've extended your championship lead, so well done to that, and good luck for next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, usually that is it, but we've had a rider who's specifically requested to be interviewed after the race, so I have decided to grant him his wishes. It is the third place man from the sprint. He may have had ninth in the feature race, but Finley, how has today gone, and is there anything particular you want to say?
Yeah, there's a few things in particular I'd like to say. First of all, I'd like to say well done to Craig, Shay, VTR and Jack on their podiums. Obviously, they did very well today, and I wish I could have firmly believed I've been up there, if you can see by the red mark next to my name, which is the fastest lap. But a little statistic for you now is that in the last 6 races I've raced in, I've been taken out in 4 of them from none of the fault of my own. 4 races. This is the third race in a row I've been taken out, and this time is by another person who's continuously took me out in the past. It's the same bullshit every single bloody week, and I've had enough of it. It's just continue. It keeps going on, and I think someone has to change with some of these riders, because it's absolutely unacceptable. I can just put it in context. I was 9 seconds behind the person in front of me. That was by turn 6 because of this one person, and I can't believe my luck just keeps going the same way like this. Honestly, it's really annoying. But I mean, I think I show in the sprint. I come all the way. Once again, I got knocked around at the start. I'm just like a magnet to everyone else. But I come all the way back through. I tried to in this race, but it was too much of a big deal. But yeah, that's what I just want to say. I want to say to some riders as well to watch out what they're doing on track, because the amount of times people have said it in the past, the race is not won on lap 1 or turn 1, but some of these clowns don't seem to understand that. So that's all I've got to say today.
Strong words. I'll just say that, strong words, and I'm glad I've been able to give you the platform to air your frustrations with what is going on.
I'm sure by the end of the season I'll be on the top step, as long as there's no one else racing but me, because I don't understand. It's not going to happen any other way. But yeah, I'll keep going. You know, the season has been a bit right off already. Just try and just get the best results I can. I mean, 9th was all the best I could do today, and I believe I think I will be higher, because Aaron and Schmaltz come together at the end of the long lap, and because I had to avoid them, if not I was going to run into their bike. I failed my long lap while I was going through it. Their bikes was right in front of me as I was coming out the long lap, so there's nothing really I can do about that.
Yeah, hopefully fortune turns into your favour at some point during the season, because you took victory last season, so there's no reason why you can't get back on that top step soon enough.
Yeah, and hopefully they all get banned.
Yeah. So well done, and that's been it for VollGazz this week, and we're back next week for round number 5. See you later.